Oh man, guys, I really don't know what to say. I'm still. It's been what, 6 days, and I still can't get over it. I'm still depressed. Still can't believe what I watched. Ohio State again loses to Michigan for the third straight season without their head coach Jim Harbaugh. That even sounds even worse than when you add that Jim Harbaugh wasn't even coaching the game. I just want to say it. From now I think Ryan Day needs to go. He's not the guy for them. When you lose 3 times in a row to Michigan, that shows that you had the right coach for Ohio State, because everyone knows every year a Buckeye season starts. Doesn't matter. Everyone wants to win a championship. That's not even a question. That's always your aim. But one another big aim is everyone knows your main target is to beat Michigan. Every single season, and he's not done that. People say, oh, he's not 0-3. He's 1-3. The first meeting he won everyone knows that was Urban Meyer's team from last year. It was the same team. He just kept it was the same team. He inherited the same team, got them back the next year. That's the only reason why he won. I feel like the power is shifting very, 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 too much to Michigan now. I feel like it's a 75-25 shift in power. It's becoming we're becoming like how they were when they couldn't beat us for about 10 years. I feel like it's getting to that point. There's always going to be head coaches that can win games that don't matter, and the games that matter they won't win them. He's I think, what is it, 2-6 in against top 10 teams. I mean, people tell me, oh, but he's, whatever his record is, 2 losses in the Big Ten. No, I mean, no one cares about games against Purdue and Maryland and Rutgers and all these other teams. No, these are like preseason games. You should win them. You know, I just feel like I just feel like in he lacks this aggressiveness. Like during the game, if you game, how many Michigan's backup assistant coach was more he was more uh, he went for the fourth downs. He was, Brian Day was so conservative. End of the first half, instead of trying to get the fourth and inches, he goes and makes the guy shoot a 59-yard field goal, which I knew the second I saw him coming up, he's not going to score that. There's not the pros. College players don't score 59 and 60 yarders. Um, um, they were more aggressive, and the second time, I think it was. Couple of times also during the second half. I don't remember exactly when he didn't go for a fourth down. Michigan went for every single fourth down, 4th and 2, 4th and 3. They would go for it. They weren't scared. Um, I just feel like he's look. He's an average coach. He's a good coach, but he's not a coach for Ohio State. Ohio State, we want to win the big games. We don't want to win games against Purdue, Maryland, and Rutgers and all these other teams. I think they need to get rid of him. I think it's time for him to go. People say, "Oh, who are you gonna get?" I mean, that's up to the university, to the athletics. It's not. They. I mean, there's a billion people and 300 million people in the United States. I'm sure you can find somebody. Um, I would try to urge Urban Meyer back. I don't know if that's possible. I think he's done with coaching. I think he's happy, doing coverage on the Big Ten. It's less stress for him. Um, I would still try to lure him, honestly. I would. I mean, there's so many people you can get. I mean, I can't really think of them on the top of my head, but I think we've seen enough of Ryan Day, and I think it's time for him to go. I think it's time for him to go. he had the for 3 years the best one of the best recruiting classes. He had the best wide receivers, the best running backs. He had the best quarterbacks for 2 years. I mean, he had CJ Stroud last year. Look what Stroud is doing this year in the NFL. Okay, I mean, McCord wasn't that great. Wasn't a great quarterback this year, but you still had great players. Your defense was better than last year. I just think he's run out of excuses. I feel like he can't beat Michigan. That's what it is. Some people just can't beat a certain team, and he just can't beat Michigan. I think Harbaugh has his number, and sorry, and that's what it is. I just think it's time for him to go, and it's going to be interesting if they let him go. Who the Buckeyes will hire, we'll see. We'll see in the next couple, maybe a month or so.